Hi there, welcome back to Being Your Rave. I hope you're doing well. And for today's topic, I wanted to discuss the problems that I wish to solve with whatever I'm creating, apart from the ones that I've already spoken about briefly in the past. Just wanted to share a bit more about my motives with this channel. So, yeah, let's start with the name. Firstly, Being Your Rave, and why I chose this particular one. So my best friend come sister calls me Ray because she thinks I'm a ray of light in her life. And she has been my oldest friend, which is why I also term her as my sister. And she has seen me through all of my highs and lows. She knows me in and out. And every time she tries to describe me or my problems or what I'm good at, she does it with such accuracy that I instantly feel connected to what she's trying to say. And she's also extremely spiritual. And we have this ongoing thing that we feel like we have met in past lives, and this is the second time that we're meeting. And which is why we don't have to communicate certain things to each other. There is like this really beautiful soul level connection that we have. And I don't mean to sound cliche in any way, but yeah, we feel a higher connect on a spiritual level and not just like a human to human level. So, yeah, when I was thinking about the name that I wanted to give to whatever I build, be it my channel or hopefully a company at some point, I do not want it to be exclusively about me and my name. I wanted a part of it over there because it is something that I built, but not in a way that all the light is on me and I'm the center of attention. So, yeah, I thought that using the word rave, which describes me in the best way possible, would be a nice thing to have while not bringing all the focus on my actual name, surname, where I come from, what I do, like things like that. I do not want to denote my company like that because I want it to go on even if I pass away. And no, what is that called? Even when I die, I don't know why I framed it like that, but yeah, anyway, whatever I build, I want it to be more about the people associated with it, the people whose lives I fortunately can touch in this lifetime. And yeah, the team, the kind of culture that I bring in. So that's the whole reason why I haven't used my name into this whole thing. And it's just a pet name that was given to me by my friend that I have added into this template. Now, once I was sure of like the Ray part of it, I wasn't sure what name should I come up with, which is already not available in the market. And the first one that came to my mind was Healing Ray. And yeah, everything that is possible with Ray. First, I had to find what was already registered by someone else's name. And I saw that Healing Ray was already taken up by someone. I could not do that. And then, after a lot of back and forth and really getting into the definition and significance of every single word, I choose this one. So, being is the present form of you and just the state that you carry with yourself. And it's a very important term when you look at it spiritually. It's like the source of like everything that is divine, everything that is, I don't know how to explain it. It's very esoteric in a way. So I'm falling short of words, but in short, that's the word that came closest to the term present. And I feel like not a lot of people are present in their lives. They are constantly bombarded with thoughts that are related to past and future, but no one is fully absorbed in the present moment. So I love that word and I wanted it to be over there. Your is to denote something that you create yourself and has your essence into it. And that comes from a place of how much I support individuality, uniqueness within all of us. So it's like a reminder of bringing that out, your part, your voice, all of those things. And then ray is just like the sun rays, the light in your life, everything that lights you up defines the term ray. So all of it together being your ray has two meanings in my head, like me being your ray and me trying to be your supporter, your cheerleader, your accountability partner, your best friend, your sister, anything that helps you push to your highest potential. I want to serve that part and do that by being your way. And the other meaning of it is for anyone who comes across whatever I build, for them, it is a reminder to being your own way, that you are that, you have within that. You need to become that for yourself. You need to find that light within yourself. You need to be your source of happiness, light, wisdom, beauty, security, brilliance, all of the amazing qualities that are hidden deep inside you. So, yeah, those are the two ways that I look at this whole group of words. And it's super close to my heart. I love the way it turned out to be. And I think there is a podcast named Be Your Own Way or something like that, but I wasn't aware of it while I was doing my research. It's not exactly the same. There are a few extra words in there. But yeah, hopefully it's not a problem and I am able to register this for myself and don't need to change it in the future. But yeah, that's like the whole significance of why I named this channel and whatever I'm working on as being your Ray. Now, coming back to the problems that I wish to solve with this is pretty much every problem that I have had in my journey and like a first-hand experience of things. So I'm not just like the provider or like I'm not the one who's just giving the service, but I'm also someone who has struggled with these things myself. And I know how heartbreaking it is, how it eats up your youth, how crucial it is to work on these things early on. So it's like I'm also like a customer of this whole thing. And yeah, getting back to the problems, one of the biggest problems and the primary ones for me is accountability, like having good company and a good environment to be able to nourish great habits together. And I know I have mentioned that I started something like this before as well online, but I wish to do it offline. And I think the bigger challenge that I faced or doing it the first time was that I didn't find people who are as serious as I was to commit to this journey. It was more like a mentor student relationship than like an equal relationship where two people want to commit to a habit as bad as the other one. And that's where I failed because everyone in my community only depended on me while I wanted people who didn't just depend on me but also support or be as serious as I was with building habits and having accountability. Because if there's one day when I am not able to show up or when I don't see the same amount of seriousness on the other side and I join a Zoom meeting with zero participants, it crushes my confidence to keep doing it in the first place. And I went through days of doing that until I could see that there was not the level of seriousness or commitment that I wanted in the first place. So I needed to form better systems of accountability. And I know that not everyone as a beginner would be able to match my level of seriousness or commitment, maybe, but I need at least like two or three people who can join that grind in me with me because they see how important it is because they understand the place that I come from because they've experienced it themselves in their lives. They want to get better as much as I want to. And we are on the same wavelength, if not higher, in that journey. Because how many times have I used because? I'm so sorry. That I get very annoyed with these little things that I do, and then I have to bring my mind back to focus, focus, focus. But I think you know this by now. I keep deviating a bit, so we'll just try to ignore it for now. Yeah. Anyway, so accountability is big for me. And by that, I don't expect every single person to be as driven as I am or understand my motives. I at least need like two, three people who can ride the wave of thick and thin with me. So, yeah, that's the one thing. And the primary one because, oh God, I am so tired of this because I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Getting back to the point. It was like when I started the community, even I was a beginner. So I needed as much support as everyone else in the community. But no one knew what I was trying to do in the first place. They just joined in for curious reasons. It wasn't for reasons that are related to like life and death. And meditation for me is like life and death. I know for sure that if I don't get this part of my life straight and take my spirituality seriously, it will cause a lot of suffering in my life. So, yeah, the amount of importance it holds in my life is immense. And there are plenty of times during this journey that I have felt broken and that I won't be able to continue. So it would be nice to have some accountability to be able to relate with people who also face these things on a regular basis and still don't give up and not feel alone in the whole process. So yeah, I'd also put accountability with loneliness because it solves both the problems at once. When you are accountable to a group of say three, four, or five people, and everyone is as committed to one particular goal, and that is to grow in their spiritual path with every passing day, it becomes a lot more easier to stay on track because you are not just the only person who's trying to motivate yourself and battling the tough or low days by yourself, especially as a beginner. So, yeah, accountability and loneliness is like one major problem that I wish to solve with my brand. Second would be encouraging others to become entrepreneurs. And by that, I don't mean raising funds or burning out and working extra long hours or doing difficult things, which can all be a part of anyone's journey if they choose that. By being an entrepreneur, I specifically want to focus on honoring their creative side and bringing that to the world, be it arts, music, dance, filmmaking, animation, meditation, anything at all. Like, I have just a few fields in my mind, but like literally anything and everything under the sun that makes their heart happy. You just build it and keep going at it for at least a couple of years so that they can closely know who they are and what they can bring to the world, especially during the age group of 15 to 25, that you when you have like enough amount of time freedom and you don't need to worry as much about your finances because you don't have to provide for a family. And I know it can be especially difficult if your parents are dependent on you, and I'm not disregarding any of it. I'm just taking a general stance on it, and everyone's journey will look different. You just need to tweak it for your personal profit. But the whole idea is for you to build a life that you love and that helps you serve others with the skills that are unique to you and also helps you make money happily. Not because you have no other option, not because you feel trapped, not because you weren't provided with better facilities, and pretty much every other reason that stifles your potential. The whole motive is for you to reach your highest potential and find the God within you, both spiritually and materially. So, yeah, these are the two main reasons that I want to build this thing and take it ahead. The spiritual one being creating a set of habits that can accelerate your spiritual journey, like meditation, journaling, studying scriptures, being around good company, having exceptional accountability, being in an environment that makes these things possible. So yeah, something for your spiritual growth. And second, for your material growth, building a project of your own that helps you nurture your creativity, brings your unique ideas to the world, focuses on problems that are prevalent in the market that you can solve with your set of abilities while having fun and also being in service. So, yeah, these are the two main problems that I see in the world that are really close to me that I wish to solve in my own life and hopefully help others solve that for themselves as well. And I think this should have been the first video, but nothing's perfect. And I record things whenever I get in the mood and when it's natural for me to do so. So, yeah, this was the right time, maybe. And it will also serve as a beautiful reminder for me to keep going. So, yeah, if any of you feel and think the way I do, I would love for you to become a part of everything that I believe in and wish to bring to the world. And with that, I'll end today's episode. If you have followed with me so far, thank you so much for listening. I hope it helps you in some way or other. And I'll see you in the next